you bringing some sanity to dorm room chaos. When you're entering college as a freshman, it can seem that the classes and the countless hours studying, preparing presentations, and writing papers are the defining focal points of your new life. But an equally important part of the college experience involves your living situation. Whether you're required to live in a dorm as a first-year student or you opt for off-campus housing, here's some advice on how to manage dorm room chaos while making the best out of any living situation. Contact your roommate-to-be. Many colleges will allow you to choose your roommate ahead of time, like your best friend from high school who's attending the same college. This may seem like a no-brainer, but a word of advice here. While choosing to live with a current friend can be a good choice because she's someone you already know and love, it's comfortable. Living with someone that you've never met can be a great way to become exposed to an entirely new set of friends. I didn't have many high school friends who were going to the same college, so I opted to allow the university to choose a roommate for me. My new roommate, Grace, was completely different from me in family background, music taste, clothing, and pretty much everything else under the sun. At first, I was worried that we wouldn't get along, considering my abiding love of Britney Spears and celebrity gossip websites and her complete distaste for these frivolous things. But for the most part, it was a great experience. Yes, she liked to listen to the aquabats and hang slides from her presentation on leprosy on our window. But these initial annoyances taught me to be tolerant of others and to be open to someone else's taste. Because I kept an open mind, I was exposed to film, music, and people I would probably never have encountered. It left me to my own device. Since she was a junior, a couple years older than me, Grace was also a good source of information on important things, from where to grab a bite on Canvas to negotiating the vast library system. She was literally a stranger to me when we met, but over time and with an open mind, we came to enjoy each other's company. For those of you who decide to live with someone entirely new, your college will usually send you the contact information for your new roomie and vice versa. A great way to break the ice is to contact her before you even arrive on campus. Connecting via Facebook, Twitter, email, or even by phone can set you up for an easier go of it once you actually move in. Introduce yourself and find out what each of your expectations are for living together. This is also a great chance to get to know each other. Who knows? You may already form a bond before you move in. You can get a general idea of what your roommate will be like from these conversations. No matter what, keeping an open mind is really important when you first start out. A few things to consider asking your roomie to be. What is she planning to bring? Being able to decide who is bringing what and when you are moving in makes life easier once you get there. Items that are usually split between roommates can be things such as futons, TVs, mini refrigerator, microwave, rugs, etc. If you talk before move-in day, you can decide who will bring what items, and then suspense. You won't have 2 TVs and no futon. Splitting the cost of these items can help alleviate the financial strain as you begin the new school year. When is she planning to move in? It might be a good idea to coordinate your move on the same day, as this prevents one person from claiming their part of the room without consulting the other.
The next stop is
Also,
Calgary
the
Zoo
two of you
Station.
can configure the furniture and decorate the room in a way that is mutually acceptable. Is she a morning person or a night owl? Differences in sleeping schedules can pose a problem when on the first night you find out that she keeps the lights blazing till 1 a.m. and you're in bed by 9 p.m. sharp. Knowing her personal schedule beforehand can prevent an unexpected surprise when it's time to get some shut-eye. Consider buying a sleep mask and some high-quality earplugs. These can block the sound of your roomie's desk lamp and the ping of her instant messaging when you're trying to catch some much-needed Z's. Would she like to grab a coffee or lunch the first day you meet? If you can't move in on the same day, no worries. As soon as the dust settles, invite your roommate to go to just take a walk
Calgary
through
Zoo
campus.
Station.
By
Doors
making an effort
normally
to get to
open
know
on the
her,
left.
you show that you care about being a good roommate and possibly even friends. Move-in day. Moving is stressful for anyone, and it seems as if the move from home to college is the most stressful of the bunch. Not only are you worried about physically moving your things from home to your dorm room, but you also are nervous about meeting new people, especially your roommate. Add in the emotion that goes along with leaving your family, and it just might put you over the edge. Remembering to keep calm and maintain a good attitude while moving may be your saving grace. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. If you're really anxious, get in touch with an older family member or friend who has just been through the process. Share how you're feeling and ask for their advice. Simply getting these feelings off your chest with someone will go miles in helping you de-stress about the big day. Some universities and colleges assign you to a side of the room, but if not, try to communicate in advance with your roommate on options. Even if they say they don't care, giving them the option to be involved in the decision makes them feel like a part of the team and gets you off on the right foot. But realize they may choose the side you really wanted. So if you are partial to a particular side, let it be known as soon as possible. Also, splitting the space as evenly as possible is important. And last but not least, try to unpack your things in a timely manner, making the space feel like home as soon as possible. This will help the transition to college feel more real without all this distracting boxes sitting around. After all, once class begins, who needs things in cubes? You won't have time to take care of this important chore. Know and make known your boundaries. So you've moved in your stuff and shared some pizza slices and a chat. But what happens when you discover some red flags about your roommate? Maybe you find out that she has a long-term boyfriend who's big on PDA and wants to hang in your room on a nightly basis. Or does she listen to Evergreen Terrace and Avenged Sevenfold while you're in Alicia Keys and a Sarah Bareilles fan? Worst case scenario, she's allowing drugs or alcohol in the room, and through guilt by association, you could potentially get in trouble. Though you generally can't control what other people do, being clear about what is or isn't acceptable will make it easier for you to voice your opinion without having to second guess yourself. A few big things to remember. Do not borrow your roommate's things without asking. I know it is tempting when you don't have any clean clothes, or even when you do have clean clothes, to hop over to your roommate's closet and borrow her favorite sweater because luckily it looks great on you too. But unless you're asked, I urge you to stay away. Walking on campus and seeing your roommate scoot by in your clothes when she didn't even take a second to ask you may be grounds for an argument. If by chance you do borrow your roommate's things without asking, make sure to return the items in their original condition, washed if worn, and in a timely manner. If she asks about it, apologize and tell her it won't happen again. Then don't let it happen again. Remembering how you would feel in that situation is important because you should treat others as you would like to be treated.
Doors normally open on the left.
Do your part around your dorm room. Splitting the chores such as dusting, sweeping, and taking out the trash is a crucial part of living on campus and with a roommate. Make sure once you've decided who is doing what, you really stick to that deal. If your roommate is constantly the one cleaning up the mess, she may start to resent you, and that is the last thing you want while living together. Just do your part and chip in to buy cleaning supplies when needed. You chic tip. Your RA is your best ally. If drugs are involved, go speak with your resident assistant immediately. These things are illegal, and you should not have to put up with them. Dealing with tension and conflict. People do not always get along. Even if you initially hit it off with your roommate, it does not mean that later down the road, after spending so much time together, you may not get into an argument or two. There are many reasons why arguments begin, but if you handle them correctly, you may be able to avoid some major blowouts. If there are situations with your roommate that are bugging you, talk to her about it. Don't let the little things build up. Your roommate may not have any idea that what she's doing is bothering you. Some people simply have a higher threshold as to what is acceptable behavior around others. For instance, she might not think that having your friend lean But trust me, it'll go better if you speak your mind early on rather than suffering in silence and having that influence your attitude towards her. Also, if you are having problems with your roommate, talk to her instead of talking about her behind her back. If your roommate hears that you've been talking about her instead of to her, it may cause more trouble than you had before. Everyone needs to vent, but venting to your mom or to your pillow, rather than to fellow classmates, will be less harmful in the long run.
Marlboro Station.
Same goes for the
Doors
online
normally
world.
open on the
Many
left.
people resort to social media as a way to vent, but posting pictures of your roommate's messy side of the room or tweeting about how annoying she is may get you into trouble. After all, you may be potentially violating her privacy to this, which can get you into a lot of trouble down the road. Talking to your roommate about the problem instead of venting on Facebook will allow you to work things out before they blow up. Something is bothering you, but where to begin? Start by speaking up. Are the dorms going to the dogs? Have a pet you can't live without? Your dog or cat could be able to live with you at school if you pick a college with pet-friendly dorms. Petside.com ranked the top 10 most pet-friendly colleges in 2009. Eckerd College in Florida won the top spot because of its advantageous areas for pets. Here's an excerpt from Eckerd College's pet policy. 1. Regardless of the circumstances, the pet
next stop
owner
is
is ultimately
Rendell
responsible
Station.
for the action of the pet. 2. All dogs and cats must wear their Eckerd College identification tag and a current rabies vaccination tag at all times. 3. All pets must live with their owners. 4. Unless approved by the Pet Council, visiting pets are not allowed to stay overnight on campus. 5. All dogs and cats must be housebroken before arriving on campus. 6. Pets are not allowed inside academic and administration buildings except Brown Hall. All pets must be on a leash at all times, and your pet must be under vocal command. Under no circumstances are pets allowed to run around outside unsupervised. Pets are not permitted in residence hall bathrooms. 7. Owners must clean up after their pets. 8. Facility staff may not enter a room to make repairs or spray for bugs if the pet is inside. Pet owners should call facility management to make arrangements in this case. 9. Owner negligence or mistreatment of a pet will not be tolerated. The Pet Council may refer the case to the Student Community Standard Board for conduct action. 10. Pets attacking other animals or humans
Rendell
will not be
Station.
tolerated.
Doors
The
normally
Pet
open
Council
on the
may
left.
refer the case to the Student Community Standards Board for conduct action. 11. Failure to remove a pet from campus will result in a $500 fine and/or conduct action. Still interested in having your pet with you after reading this policy, which is common to most pet-friendly dorms? For more information on how you can bring your pet with you to college, visit petside.com. Come prepared. Since you're sharing a room, each inhabitant is entitled to equal space in said room. However, dorm rooms, being as small as they are, become even smaller once you move in TVs, microwaves, stereo systems, and a mini fridge. Be considerate of your roommate by not taking up too much of the communal floor space. If you have a bike, store it in a bike room to keep your bedroom clear and prevent dirt from trekking in. Put your laundry basket on top of your closet if there's
The
space
next
or
stop
under your
is
bed.
Whitehorn
If you
Station.
opt for a shared fridge, make sure you don't take up more than your half. Free up even more space by foregoing items like a microwave and mini ironing board. Many dorms have kitchenettes on each floor that contain essentials such as microwave, sink, oven, and ironing board. You can also make an impromptu ironing board by putting a towel on your bed. Basically, it all boils down to coming prepared and being resourceful. Only bring items into the dorm room that you know you will use, and if you're in doubt, leave it at home. It can always be shipped to you later, or you can get it during a visit home over the holidays. Space is at a premium, so pack light and enjoy your clutter-free environs.